Hey friends, Paige here. Welcome to What I Eat in a Day quarantine edition. So I figured I would switch up the What I Eat in a Day format a little bit, and while I'm eating, I am also going to be talking and sharing some stories with you. I am in a self-quarantine right now in a hotel in Buffalo. It's really weird. I also was mandated to come back here. I was mandated to evacuate Senegal. So I have some stories to share with you and just stories to share about Senegal as well. It was an amazing time, and it's still honestly really hard to believe that I'm actually back because I haven't been able to see my friends or family. My food options here are fairly limited. The hotel does offer a breakfast, and you'll hear about that. There's also a gas station not too far away. You'll hear about that as well. Basically, those are my food sources right now. Of course, there's also takeout, and you'll get a glimpse of that. If watching people eat and talk at the same time isn't your thing, this isn't the video for you. But enjoy. So for my first meal of the day in social isolation here at the hotel, I have coffee, of course, free 24/7 coffee in the lobby, thank goodness, because the packets that they give you in the room are not enough. Raspberry yogurt, and an oat and honey Nature Valley granola bar. So this is breakfast. And so right now, the hotel that I'm staying in, typically they do have a hot continental breakfast for their guests with waffles and eggs and fruit and sausage, things like that. Right now, because of the health concerns of having a lot of people in the small space of the lobby restaurant, I don't know how much of this I missed. My camera fell over and I thought that I had started recording again, but I didn't. Anyway, so when I checked in here, the guy at the front desk was really, really sweet, and I asked him if they had like a weekly discount if I stay for a week or two, and he was like, this is already the discounted rate. But nonetheless, he was really sweet, and he gave me a few extra dollars a night off the rate, which thank goodness he did, because while I think it's the smartest thing right now, especially after international travel, to kind of keep myself in an isolated space, it is not the most economical option. So yeah, any little bit helps. And also any little bit helps, like with the breakfast options that they do have downstairs. Even though it's not the typical breakfast that they would have, it's still plenty to like be a solid breakfast option. Also to have, I have now an apple and another granola bar that I can have later on in the day as snacks. I grabbed a packet of oatmeal as well that I can have for lunch. So it's like not bad at all. And the coffee, not the best I've ever had, but unlimited 24/7 coffee in the lobby, so beggars can't be choosers. Is that what they say? But yeah, so I don't really know what I want to talk to you about, but I guess I'll start with the fact that the last couple of days have obviously been really a whirlwind for me. Obviously, at this time last week, I was still in Dakar. I wasn't teaching at that point because the center had been shut down, but I was still feeling really solid about my decision to stay in Senegal for as long as possible. I ultimately changed my decision by the end of the week, and honestly, last week felt, for as much of a whirlwind as it was, looking back on it now at this moment, that last week feels like it was years long because so much changed and so much happened in that period of time. It was really, just unbelievable. But yeah, so I ultimately changed my mind, and I didn't change my mind until Friday morning. So just a couple of days ago, Friday, I woke up and I obviously had been thinking about everything throughout the week, trying to weigh the pros and cons of staying in Senegal or leaving. And sorry, my heat just turned on. I don't know if it's gonna mess up the sound, so I'm gonna turn it down. I am blasting my heat in the room right now, which is another perk of staying in a hotel, not having to pay for the heat. Anyway, so I was obviously thinking a lot about the pros and cons of both leaving and staying. And to be quite honest, I generally felt safer in Senegal. I felt that the government was responding to the situation extremely well, that they were very proactive early on in the process. I think last Saturday when they had announced essentially the government lockdown, at that time there were still only about 20 cases in the entire country. And they made that decision to do the lockdown as a preventative measure to prevent it from spreading. At this point, I believe they are, as of yesterday, they were up to about 70 cases. So obviously it's grown, and obviously, I think that no matter what preventative measures the government takes at whatever stage in the process, it's this disease is really difficult to contain. It just spreads so easily, and the fact that symptoms may not appear until well after you've had a period of being contagious. Regardless, Senegal did a great job, I thought, of responding to this. I think, it was also extremely stressful because while Senegal does not have a national health insurance system, as they might have in France or the UK, I had health insurance there through the Fulbright program. And the thing about the insurance that's provided through the program is that it's only active when you are in your host country. So even during your grant, if you travel outside of your host country, you may not have the same benefits. If you come home for a visit during your grant, you don't have those benefits. And so, unfortunately, as soon as our plane lifted off from Dakar, we lost our health insurance. So that's on my to-do list for today, to sign up for health insurance. I did walk through the enrollment on the New York State Marketplace website yesterday, and got to the final process, to the final stage in the process where they were just about to show me the different options that I can enroll for. And they paused the process and demanded further proof of my income, because unfortunately, my income this year has changed drastically from my income last year, especially projecting my income for 2020. The only thing that I can count on is the remaining grant from Fulbright, which, on paper doesn't look like a huge salary for an entire year, but I don't know what I will be doing after those payments stop coming in. I don't know what our job market and economy here in the States is going to look like. So I didn't put any additional income because I just don't know what I can count on, essentially. So it's like an obscenely low income compared to like my tax filing status for last year. when I was working full-time and I had, you know, a 9-to-5 job with a steady income. It's a very different number that I entered this year. So I understand that they, you know, that might put up a flag in their system and that they might need proof. However, the paperwork that I have from Fulbright, the way that the payment structure is worded is a bit confusing. So like, for example, it doesn't say something like April 2020, X amount of dollars. It shows the full amount that I got paid, will be getting paid for the grant from, you know, October through July, most of which I received in 2019. And it says things like, by the 6th month of your grant, you will receive X amount of dollars. So, you know, I understand that because I know when my grant started and I can kind of do that math. I don't know if I upload it to the system, if whoever, whatever is reading that is gonna realize that that's the case. Or if they're just gonna see that big number and say, you're lying, there's a discrepancy here. So I need to call them today and hopefully the line isn't super bogged up. But I understand that a lot of people are probably trying to sign up for health insurance right now, and isn't that just great? Anyway, other than that, today I have plans to work out with my roommates back in Dakar. I think we're gonna do it over WhatsApp video. And then I also gonna work out with 1 or 2 of my friends here in Buffalo over WhatsApp video or some other such streaming thing, I'm not sure. And I'm super excited to do those because not much else to do right now, so why not get some good workouts in? And 2, because the workouts that I share with my friend are with my friends are by a YouTuber called Blogilates, which if you know me, you've probably heard me talk about her before because I love her. And her workouts just make me so happy. They give me so much energy and they make me actually really look forward to working out. You know, the thought of just like, okay, do 10 push-ups and 10 squats and 10 lunges 4 times in a row, whatever. Stuff like that is just super boring to me. I like something that's a little bit more unpredictable and just like where the movements are a little bit more fun. And Blogilates is exactly that. So if you haven't checked her out before, highly recommend it. Not an advertisement, just sharing my love for this thing with you. Because I love sharing Blogilates with other people. It makes me so happy. It takes me a really long time to drink coffee, and I don't think you want that, and I don't think I want that. I don't think you want to listen to me talk for like the hour it's gonna take me to sip this. But I'll see you back here for lunch. Hey friends, Paige again. So it is quarantine meal number 2 of the day. Don't mind what I'm wearing. I just did a workout with my roommates back in Dakar. We did it over WhatsApp video, and I'm about to do another more like stretching workout with one of my friends here in Buffalo. But before I do, it's time for meal number 2. Goodness, I can't talk right now. So I went to the gas station that's near the hotel, which is pretty much the only thing that's near the hotel that's within walking distance but also open. And I got some white bread. I also, don't judge me too hard, but I bought a gas station hard-boiled egg, some hard-boiled egg. So just gonna put this on the bread just like that. And I'm gonna take a fork and crush it up a little bit. It's like really I should just get like a bowl and like do this in a bowl, but I'm kind of lazy. So this is like, you know, my really just lame and easy version of doing my little egg mush thing. So essentially what I'm what I'm going for here is an egg salad sandwich. So truly, like, I should like actually mush this up, but like whatever, who has time for that? We're in quarantine. We don't have time to make mushes. Anyway, and then I got my mayo that I also got at the gas station. I know some people don't love mayo. That's fine. Leave it for me. If the stores have nothing else but mayonnaise right now, like, you know, I can't live on mayonnaise, but I'll definitely eat a lot of it for you. And so then just like put some mayo on there with the egg. Like so. Sticking to the... This looks so good. I love egg salad. Don't judge me. Okay, and squish it all together. Take a big bite. So yeah. So I'm feeling good today. Had a lot of coffee. And the workout that I did with my roommates back in Dakar was all cardio. So I sweat like crazy. Je transpire comme une folle. And so did my roommates. But we stuck it out to the end, and it was really fun. It wasn't hard, it was fun. And so, yeah, I called my siblings afterwards, and we decided that tonight we're going to do a trivia game night over WhatsApp video. So I think that'll be really fun. And I want to hear about what cool things that you are doing right now in social quarantine, social isolation, to keep yourself motivated and activated and connecting with your people, because it's really, really important right now. I think because humans are social creatures, that isolation is extremely difficult for us. And especially for those of us who have mental health illnesses, it can be extremely difficult to be alone for extended periods of time and compound those feelings of, for me personally, confound the feelings of loneliness and self-doubt that I kind of always have underlying anyway. So it's really, really important that you're connecting to people right now. Make stupid YouTube videos if that helps you feel connected. Like, sorry that you have to deal with my like boredom this way. But maybe you'll learn some new recipes. Who knows? I also feel like this meal is like complete trash. Like, these are hard-boiled eggs from the gas station, which is really tasty. I love egg salad. So I'm happy, I'm doing good. So, let me tell you about my favorite thing that I used to eat in Senegal. My favorite food in Senegal is chaboudjan, which is the national dish of Senegal. And it's a Wolof phrase for rice and fish, chaboudjan. And there's other variations of it like chabouyap, which is rice and meat. And then chabou guinard, I hope I'm saying that right, chabou guinard, which is rice with a certain kind of fish, and also usually shrimp. So I typically don't eat that one because I don't eat shrimp. But I have a confession to make. Even though I've been a vegetarian for going on 4 years now, I went to a Senegalese wedding and was served chabouyap, meat and rice and meat. That was like the meal. And I didn't want to be rude and not eat it. And especially because we were all eating, like the guests all got like huge bowls of chabouyap to share together. So I was eating from one bowl with maybe like 7 or 8 other women that I was at the wedding with. And
what happens is there's like a bowl mama, like a table mama, who will like cut off some of the meat or the fish or whatever the protein is and kind of like give everybody pieces of it, and then you eat it and they'll like give you some more. And so, you know, they like, the woman who was doing this like cut off some beef and like gave it to me, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat it. Like, I know I'm not gonna die, like it's gonna be fine, like I wouldn't choose to eat this, but like go for it, it's gonna be okay, and it's not a huge deal anyway, because like, you know, whatever. So I ate it, and oh my god, best thing I've ever eaten in my life. I'm not gonna stop being vegetarian, but it was really good. It was really good. But yeah, so like chabujan, you need a lot of patience to make it, because essentially you stew like the vegetables and the rice and the fish all together for like hours. And there's different steps for when you add things, and I don't even know. I had never got a chance to learn how to make it, so I can't accurately describe how it's made. But I know just from talking to other people that it's like a long process. And I still do want to learn how to make it someday. That's a goal of mine, even if it's here in the States and I just kind of follow some recipes and teach myself. Of course, I would have preferred to learn from one of my friends in Senegal, but c'est la vie. But it's so delicious. And there was a restaurant that delivered chabujan not too far away from us, so I had 2 of them delivered in this past weekend, because it was just this past weekend that I was still there. It's just like astonishing to me how quickly everything changed. You know, like a week ago life wasn't normal, but I didn't think that it would devolve to this point, and obviously it has. And I know a lot of people are feeling the same way, so you know, I'm trying my best not to like let the circumstances bring me down too much, because I know that it's not something that's just happening to me and that I just have to deal with. It's something that so many people are dealing with right now. Nearly everybody's plans and lives and careers are affected by this. So I don't want to sit here and say like, I can't believe this happened, I'm so sad. Like, obviously I'm sad, but at the same time I recognize like it's just kind of a wave that life threw in my way, threw in everybody's way, and we just have to, you know, swim along the waves and stay afloat, and that's okay. I believe in us to be able to do that. But it's a weird time. I feel like it's like a zombie apocalypse out there, to be completely honest. I also have an apple that I washed for 20 seconds with soap, because I trust the hotel, but I just don't know, you know? So it's been efficiently washed and hopefully germ-free. If I'm being honest, I actually hate eating apples. I hate eating apples so much. Because if I can't cut them, like there's usually, typically, if I had it with me, there's that like thing where you can like push it down on the apple and it cores it and like cuts it both at the same time. Love that thing. So I would use that. Without that, I know this apple skin is going to get stuck in my teeth and it is going to drive me crazy for hours. So that's issue number 1 with apples. Issue number 2. I don't want to talk with my mouth full, sorry. Issue number 2. I don't know what it is about apples, but when I eat them, I feel hungry afterwards. I don't know if it's my stomach digesting the fibers or what, but they always make me feel hungry. They never satiate me. So I'm eating this apple because it's fruit, and you know, I have very limited access to food sources right now. So I'm grateful that I have fresh fruit, no matter what it is. At the same time, I know I'm gonna be hungry after I finish this. I should have eaten these in the other order. I should have started with the apple and eaten the sandwich after. Oh well. Tomorrow. This is like a really pretty apple though. It's like, I don't know. It's just really pretty. It's like perfect. I didn't eat a lot of apples in Senegal, or really a lot of fruit that didn't have a peel, because I was just a little bit lazy about sanitizing things. Like, sorry, y'all, I'm a really lazy person when it comes to food. I just want the like easiest option. I'm sorry. I love cooking, but if I'm not cooking for anybody except myself, like I just don't want to put the time or the energy into it. So I very rarely ate fruits like apples, strawberries, whatever, things that didn't have a peel. I mostly stuck to oranges and bananas just because I didn't have to sanitize them before I ate them. So, yeah. And that was also the reason why I like mostly ate frozen or canned vegetables. Usually frozen, because canned vegetables are really gross. But just because like if I was cooking with fresh vegetables, I either had to sanitize them really well to eat them like fresh, or I had to make sure they were cooked really well. And of course I would do that a couple times. Like I would cut up like onions and green peppers to like go into a tomato sauce or something. But frozen veggies are where it's at. And also, Senegal's frozen vegetable game is on point. Like so many options, so many more options than here in the US in grocery stores here. Like the last frozen veggie mix I bought was like a fermier mix. So it was potatoes, broccoli, green beans, and mushrooms. And like, oh, I love mushrooms. And it was so good. And I made it with pasta, because I'm trash. And I made it with pasta and mushroom sauce. Oh, it was so good. They also just take a long time and they're big. Like I would save this for later, but it's gonna go brown. So I hope you're having fun watching this video. And who knows what I'm gonna eat for dinner? Maybe you can take a guess. Maybe it'll be another egg salad sandwich, quote unquote. It won't be. What else can I tell you about Senegal? I mean, what do you want to know? It was so warm there. It's really like extremely cold here. And every time that I'm in an environment that's way warmer, like when I was in Montpellier and now when I was in Senegal, when I come back to the States and I feel how cold it is here in Buffalo specifically, I'm just like, why do any of us live here? Like, why do we put up with this? I don't know. One thing that I really wish I had with me like the things that I really wish I had brought with me, both to Senegal and also so that I'd have them here, but I really miss them in Senegal as well, actually, because it would get chilly at nights. It wouldn't get cold, like it'd be like high 60s with a breeze, which would feel chilly. But like leggings, I didn't bring leggings, and I really miss just like having them to lounge around in. I didn't bring a sweatshirt, and you know, at nights when I was hanging out outside, it was chilly. It would have been nice to have a sweatshirt. And I didn't bring a beanie. I don't know how much I would have worn it in Senegal, but you can be darn sure I would have worn it here. Was it is cold outside? I probably would have worn it to sleep here, honestly. Like sometimes I sleep in a scarf. Actually, this might be, I don't know, whatever, take it as you will. But it's really important to keep your throat warm to help you prevent getting cold. Getting cold, like getting sick. Also just like temperature wise getting cold, but like getting sick. So I strongly recommend anytime you go out right now, up until it gets to be maybe even like 80 degrees, I would wear a scarf. Like strongly recommend wearing a scarf. And even when you're sleeping at night, because sometimes with the difference between the covers over your body and then just the like temperature of the air outside, if your head is, you know, your head and neck is above the covers, it can get really cold because your body is warm under the covers, but your head and neck area is kind of exposed. And personally, for me, that temperature difference, I think sometimes contributes to me catching a cold or getting sick. So I don't know if that really helps. Obviously, no medical experience whatsoever, but my own personal experience has just been, it's really important to like keep this part of your body warm. So I would super recommend wearing a scarf, even to bed. Just don't like choke yourself. Anyway, this is getting really long, and I still have a lot of apple left, and I'm getting bored, and I think you're probably getting bored too. And I have to like think of more stories to tell you when I'm like eating dinner. So like, sorry you don't get to see me finish this apple, but if like that's your fetish, then like that's weird. I'm just kidding. I love you, whoever you are. No. Sorry you don't get to see me finish this apple, but like, I'm gonna finish it. Just like know that and be at peace. And I'm not gonna finish it here for you because it's like, it's gonna be a really long time. Okay, here we go. Made progress. Okay, see you later. Hey, so not gonna spend a lot of time with you right now, but I am eating some veggie lo mein that I had delivered and watching Stargirl on Disney Plus. So this is like early dinner. I'm probably gonna have second dinner. See you later.